Hello everyone, I am Rudul Arkadi. Name of this subject is Principles of Programming Languages. Under Unit 4, we have Java as Object Oriented Programming Language as an overview. The contents of this video will be Java history, JVM and JDK, features of Java, architecture of JVM, and entry point of the Java program. So, whenever we'll complete studying this unit number 4 and 5, fourth, as I've already told you, Java as OP language. And the fifth is inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation using Java. So this three things comes under OP concepts. Whenever you'll complete studying this 2 units, students will easily understand and apply these features of Java programming. So this two things comes under Bloom's level L2 and L3, that is understanding and applying the features. Outcome of this video will be you'll have good knowledge of working environment of the Java and understand the basics of Java language and its features. So whenever we start learning any computer language, our pure basics should be clear. So first question is, what is library? So we have already used library in C, C++. So this is the basic of any language, that what is library. Yes, I'll give you one real life example. Like whenever in we learn tables in maths, so that tables are already fit in our brains. So whenever we do multiplication, we unknowingly extract that tables and apply it for multiplication. The same way library works. There are already predefined functions i- already available in that library, and whenever we include it in our program, we can unknowingly use that features under that library in our program. Second question is, what is hash? So hash is simple word or simple symbol of the English language, but in our programming language, hash is known as preprocessor directive. Yes, so this hash is followed by an identifier, and that identifier is known as directive name. So whenever we write hash include is a directive name. Yes, the third is, what is escape sequence? Yes, escape sequence is, we use /n/t. So what we do is we escape from the sequence. /n is new line and /t is like a tab from our keyboard. The fourth point is, what is pointer? Pointer is variable that can store memory address of another variable. But remember, Java does not support this pointers concept. Java supports the concept of references. Yes, the fifth point is, what is correct from the following? Which statement is correct from the following? Yes, think for 2 seconds. Yes, you're right. All the four are correct. Yes, C is high level, structured, procedure oriented, and platform dependent language. But remember, Java is platform independent language. It is high level, it is object oriented, but it is platform independent. The sixth point is, what is considered as entry point in the C programming? Yes, entry point is nothing but from where the compiler starts reading your program is void main, right? And in Java also we have public static void main. One more question is, do your computer understands high level language? Correct. No, computer cannot understand high level language, so we need compiler or interpreter to make the computer understand high level language. Yes. Now in Java, we have compiler named as javac. This javac converts source code into intermediate file known as bytecode. So javac converts source code, means whatever you have written will be converted to bytecode. This bytecode is unique for all types of operating system. Yes, Then the interpreter of Java, that is Java, converts this bytecode into language specific. I'll not say language specific, converts that bytecode into specific operating system compatible machine code. And this code will vary according to operating system. We'll discuss this further. Okay, so see this diagram. You'll write your source code, right? That will be given as input to JDK. JDK full form is Java Development Kit. Okay, so Java Development Kit will have the compilation done by Java C compiler. So in under this JDK, your compiler of Java, that is Java C, compile the program. Yes, the output of this JDK will be bytecode. Now the point is, what is bytecode? Do you know a shorthand language? Yes, the bytecode is like a shorthand language that store each keyword of Java as a sign, and each sign takes 1 byte of memory in RAM. So it is called as bytecode file. It is saved as dot class file by compiler. Yes. Now you'll say ki there is already a compiler, but in this diagram I can see interpreter also. So bytecode is given as input to interpreter, that is JVM, Java Virtual Machine, and then this JVM will give us a final output. So you'll say, why both, like compiler also and interpreter also? So see, in C or C++, compiler converts source code into specific OS machine code, right? But see, Unix can't use Turbo C compiler. For what purpose we use Turbo C compiler is to compile C or C++ programs. So Unix can't use that Turbo C. So programmer needs to design a different compiler for different OS, and that is definitely a time consuming and costly too, right? So solution to this is to make a unique compiler that produces platform independent bytecodes. And JVM, that is Java Virtual Machine or Interpreter, converts that bytecode into machine code that will vary from operating system to operating system. So OS to OS it will change. So making different JVM for different OS was easier and economical than the whole compiler. Getting? Yes. So Java Development Kit, that is JDK. It includes Java Runtime Environment, that is JRE, compilers, and various tools like Java Doc or Java Debugger. Yes. So it's a complete Java development kit that includes JRE, compilers, various tools. Yes. In order to create, compile, and run Java program, you need to install JDK on your PC. To compile and run, what you need is JDK. Yes. Then what is JRE? That is Java Runtime Environment. You understood that it is a part of JDK. When JRE is installed on your system, you can run a Java program, but you cannot compile it. So JRE includes JVM, browser plugins, and applet support. Yes. Now last point is JVM. JVM executes the bytecode produced by compiler. Each operating system have different JVM. However, the output they produce after execution of bytecode is same across all the operating system. Yes, this is important. JVM executes the bytecode produced by compiler. Each operating system will have different JVM. But however, the operating system, the output they produce after execution of bytecode, it's same across all the operating systems, right? That is why Java is called as platform independent language. Getting? Yes. So don't forget this. The first one says, hello, I am JVM. What it does is I provide runtime environment to execute the bytecode. Correct. Second one says, hello, I'm JDK. I'm physically exists and contains Java tools, JVM and JRE. And the last one says, hello, I'm JRE. And what JRE does is, I'm a collection of set of libraries and different tools. Right. Now the history. Um, Java language developed by the company Sun Microsystems, and the creator is James Gosling. Now, the group of four students at Stanford University was having one problem. Like they wanted to create one remote control which can access all the electronic applicant appliances. Like, see, currently we can use our Redmi phone to access the uh, electronic appliances, like to on and off the TV, AC. The same way, they wanted to create one remote control that can access all the electronic appliances. So that students contacted James Gosling. They created that remote control and given the name as Green. They launched it in 1992. So in that um, creation process, Vinod Ghosla was one of them, and he was Indian. So based on that concept, uh, they decided, based on that remote control concept, they decided to have one platform independent language. The same thing is there, that it can be run on any platform. So they developed the language and named it as Oak, and later it uh, renamed it as Java. So this is the basic history of Java language. Sun Microsystems is now acquired by Oracle. In 2010, it is acquired by Oracle. So we get all the documentations or the latest versions on the official website of Oracle now. Yes, the punchline of the Java is everywhere, and write once, run everywhere, or write once and run anywhere. So it is like we have JVM for different OS. So we can write it only once, source code is written only once, and we can run it on any operating system just by installing different JVM for different OS. Right. So there are different versions like Java SE, that is core Java standard edition, Java EE, that is enterprise edition advanced, Java ME, that is micro edition for mobiles. Nowadays we use Android, but Java is also used in Android and many more. The base for the Java is Java SE. Yes. Now the features of Java. So as I have already explained that Java is a platform independent language and how that is platform independent. So first feature is the most important feature, that Java is platform independent language. Second is Java is object oriented language. Yes. So uh, for the first point, I already explained that JVM executes bytecode produced by compiler, and bytecode can run on any platform such as Windows, Linux, Mac OS. So program compiled on Windows can be run on Linux. Getting this thing? Yes. The second point is object oriented language. So under object oriented language, we have four main concepts of object oriented programming. uh, we all know the encapsulation. Encapsulation is data hiding plus abstraction. So wrapping of data and functions in a single unit. For example, we can say class. The class is having data and functions together. That is nothing but encapsulation. And the abstraction is act of representing essential features without including the background details. So complex background details are hidden, and essential features that are useful for any user are represented. So we can take the simple example of car. So in car, accelerator, brake, clutch, gearbox at the same place. So they are at the same place. That is nothing but encapsulation. We can easily find out these things around us when we are driving. But but we only know the basic features, like by pressing accelerator, car is going to move ahead. That is abstraction. Driver commonly is unaware of how it works, like what exactly happens inside the car. That is the mechanism of car is hide it. This is a simple example of encapsulation and abstraction. Now the third feature of Java is it is simple. I missed the point. Sorry, I missed the point of inheritance and polymorphism. So, inheritance is the process in by which the objects of one class acquire the properties of another class. So, there are different types of inheritance like multiple, single, multi-level, etc. And polymorphism is ability to take more than one forms, like we can use function overloading or operator overloading. So for this, the example is plus. This symbol is used for addition and also the concatenation of the strings. Right. The third feature of Java is it's a simple language. Um, Java does not have the complex features like operator overloading, multiple inheritance, pointers, and explicit memory allocation. So it is considered to be featured to be a simple language. Then it is a robust language. Why we say robust is it is reliable. Um, it is reliable due to the addition of some features like garbage collection, exception handling, and a good memory allocation system. So it is considered as robust. Then next feature is it is secure. So Java does not support pointers, and we cannot access out of bound arrays. Like if you try to access out of bound array, you'll get an error or exception like array index out of bound. So there are several security flaws like stack corruption or buffer overflow, which is impossible to exploit in Java. The very next is Java as distributed language. There are some distributed applications like RMI and EJB which are used for creating distributed applications in Java. The next thing is multi-threading, which allows concurrent execution of two or more parts of the program for maximum utilization of CPU, which is one of the feature of Java. The last is portable. Portable is obviously, the platform independent bytecode can be carried to any platform for the execution, and that makes Java code portable. Right. So, finally, you have understood that first we have .java file, that is source code. We provide it to compiler, which is Java C. That Java C will convert that .java file to .class file, that is bytecode, and then that bytecode can be executed on any JVM, and that JVM will be different for different operating system. Yes, so this is the basics of Java, and this is the JVM architecture. In JVM architecture we have class loader subsystem, in which all the class files will be included, and this class loader reads that dot class file and save it in the form of bytecode in method area. This method area is one of the part of JVM, and which is shared among all the classes. This holds the class level information of each dot class file. Then the heap is there. Heap is the part of JVM memory where objects are allocated. JVM creates a class object for each dot class file. So next is a stack. Stack is used for storing memory variables. Then the PC registers are there. Native method stacks are there, and this thing comes to execution engine, and execution engine and native method interface are interrelated, and this interface is provided input from the library. So PC registers, what PC registers do is it keeps track of the instructions, like which will be the next instruction to be executed is under PC registers. Then native stack is used for accessing runtime data. Then native method interface is enables Java code to call or to be called by native applications. And last is garbage collection. So garbage collection is a class instance which is explicitly created by Java code, and after use it is automatically destroyed by the Java collection for the memory management. And the last point of this video is entry point of the Java. So we need to write public static void main in bracket string, the brackets and args. So I'll be just explaining the um, meaning of each word. As public is we can access from outside the class, so it is a access specifier. Static is if some function is static, means no need to create object for calling it. See, whenever we write it, we don't have any need to call the main function. It will directly get called by itself. So that is why the word static is used. So main method don't belong to any specific object. JVM can call it without any object. Right. The third word is void. Void is it cannot return anything. That is a return type. And main is a function name. Now the next point is string. String and the brackets. So it is a predefined class. And as it is a predefined class, we need to write the S as capital. So it is very mandatory to write S as capital as it is a predefined class. And the last is args. Args is an array variable of string type. So you can change the name of args. Even if you don't want to pass anything through the args, still you need to write it as a syntax. Yes, so this is the basics of Java.